Hacksaw.
Really impressive Charger performance against a bunch of Rams street free agents. Of course, nobody really played any of their established veterans. But just off the top of my head, in terms of the headlines, the kid quarterbacks played really well. Easton Stick has been a third-string quarterback for the Bolts since he got here from North Dakota State. Has an intellect, obviously a good athlete, moved the pocket, strong arm guy. I thought he played really well. Wound up throwing for 109 yards in the Charger victory. Only got him one touchdown drive going, but he was there and he made all the plays and he didn't panic in the face of blitzes and things of that nature. I was really impressed with Stetson Bennett, the rookie quarterback of the Rams, the kid from Georgia, who's won back-to-back national championships. And he wasn't drafted really early, but boy, he stepped into the pocket and he got banged around early. He didn't throw well the first possession or two, and then bingo. I went up going 17 for 29 for 193 scoring drives.
Wow.
Made a lot of plays along the way. So I was just tremendously impressed. He was accurate. He was composed, much like Easton Stick was. So there's something there to say, hey, these two guys' first games out of the gate, that was pretty decent. This running back is another guy that they found undrafted. I mean, he was kind of impressive. His name is Elijah Dotson. He's a free agent running back from northern Colorado, like Austin Eckler came from Mesa State, Colorado. And he busted off runs of 37 and 40 yards on back-to-back possessions. And he did it with an extra gear and speed. Way he bounced off people, kick it outside, and next thing you know, boom, he's gone, and they couldn't catch him. I was pretty impressed. Now, that's against Rams free agents that will be probably working at a fast food service store in 2 weeks or cutting your lawn or whatever, but he excelled at the level he excelled at. Keelan Doss, ex-Raider receivers, kind of bounced around the league, kind of a route runner. 3 catches, 39 yards, a couple of really tough catches, didn't drop the ball. I thought that was cool. Number 1 draft pick, Quentin Johnston, touchdown pass on a mismatch down on the goal line. Did drop 2 passes, which he's dropped passes in practice. And that was the wrap on him, despite all the big plays he made at TCU, was the ball came off his hand a bunch, and it did in the first game. That's probably a concentration thing. That's a mechanic thing as terms of ball control. He's going through a real big learning curve because they're dumping a lot of the playbook stuff on him. And he's going through a learning curve that's a pretty fast corner, or that's a big, hefty safety. It's going to hit you if you get near the ball. So he's learning. I would say first performance for the number 1 pick was decent. The first performance with a kick return kid out of TCU. That is Derius Davis, and that's 4.29 speed.
Wow.
Going 81 yards in a punt return, and that was patience returning it, finding a seam, cutting back against the grain, and gone. 81-yard punt return for a score, and he also caught a pass or 2 in traffic. So all in all, for the kids, I thought the most of them played well. Defense didn't stop the run. Defense was on the field for 17 plays. The Rams had in one drive when Stetson Bennett just kept pushing it down the field. So defense is work in progress, but it was a win. You know, the thing they got out of it without anybody getting hurt. So I think that was pretty impressive. Reaction.
Yeah, I watched parts of the game and it was exciting. I mean, there was a lot of scoring in the game, and I knew the Chargers were going to win, but it was surprising how much that the Rams were kind of, in it to a degree. But it's so hard to evaluate these preseason games. You don't know who's going to be on the team, and you're starting second and third string guys. But I just get a kick out of this kid, Easton Stick. I mean, it seems like his parents thought he was going to be a baseball player, and he ends up being a quarterback. So,
well, he was a great college quarterback at North Dakota State, and he's a real smart dude. And he's kind of served on the developmental squad 2 years in a row, which meant he's in all the meetings. He's taken all the scout team snaps. So, I mean, he's invested mentally in what is becoming NFL playbooks, and they've worked on his mechanics, and he looked good. Now, we'll see what happens weekend 2. He'll probably play again because I don't think Justin Herbert's going to play any of the exhibition schedule. Okay, so we go